Alright, nobody's gonna see this because it's not a short, and even my shorts only get like 500, 1,000 views. But I'm so tired of seeing this in Star Wars What Ifs or Star Wars channels. And yeah, I'm a big fucking nerd. Yeah, I'm a big fucking nerd. But, oh shit, I shouldn't have sworn the first 2 minutes. But, anyways, I'm a whole lot of other things too. Uh, that's big G's. Anyways, so back to Star Wars nerdiness. And I am a Star Wars nerd. Like, no matter what else I am, I'm a Star Wars nerd. Like, freaking, I've got $60,000 worth of Star Wars Lego. But anyways, I digress. Okay, so all these people are saying this guy bled his own crystal. This guy bled his own crystal. Like, there was one what if Pong Krell turned to the dark side and was accepted by Dooku, and one where he was like an undercover operative working for the Jedi, but as Dooku's assassin, replacement for Savage Opress after Ventress was ordered destroyed or whatever. So, shit. In this story and in several other stories, it says they bled their crystals. You cannot just bleed your crystal in your hand wherever. That does not work. The Darth Vader comics gave us the step by step way, and then the show The Acolyte had all that stuff happen, but they didn't mean it to happen. It just all happened, and that's why her crystal went the way it went. And I'm going to explain this to you. But I don't want to hear shit again. I don't want to hear your freaking comments about how that's not right. Because it is right. I heard Dave fucking Filoni say it. Right to a fan who said, why didn't Anakin's lightsaber turn? Because he said, and he even said it himself. You could have gave me Yoda's crystal it wouldn't have mattered. Because we have to take one from him. So he's saying without saying that you cannot use a crystal. First of all, you can't use your own crystal. You have to find a Jedi, kill the Jedi, take their lightsaber, remove the crystal, take it to a dark side nexus, like the dark side nexus, the dark side nexus on Mustafar, the dark side locust, and bleed it, and you get a vision. And Vader's vision was of turning back to the light, and when he went to go show Palpatine his new weapon, oh yeah, that's how it all started. Palpatine was like, when Vader first woke up on the table, Palpatine was like, shocking him, and he said, defend yourself, where's your weapon? And it was like, Obi-Wan took it, and he was like, no, that was the weapon of Anakin Skywalker. And then he takes him up on this vantage, where Masameda is throwing lightsabers by like, the hundreds into a big furnace, and then he holds up Yoda's lightsaber, and Vader says, I see. You could have gave me Master Yoda's crystal to bleed, but a Sith takes his lightsaber. And so anyways, he comes back in his vision. He decides to say no to the vision hits, and he says no to bleeding it, and shows up with Palpatine with his new weapon, but ignites it, and it's still a green blade. Palpatine's like, you've made your choice. So anyways, they start fighting, and then Vader kills him, goes back to Tatooine and sees Obi-Wan with his blue eyes, and he starts like crying under his mask, and he asks Obi-Wan to kill him. And I forget if he kills him or not, but the point is that he then in real life was like, no, I refuse, this is all there is, and poured his dark side energy into it even more, and a perfectly crimson crystal was created. And then he used that Jedi's hilt for a little while until it was destroyed, but he still got the crystal back. Anyways, and then in orbit with the Ninth Sister, he built his actual hilt that is basically the same hilt as his episode 2 hilt, the one he used as a Padawan, except it has more black around the emitter shroud. But anyways, so he went to find a Jedi. He killed the Jedi. He took his crystal, took it to the dark side locust, bled it, had the vision, chose the dark side. So now let me take you through some other scenarios. The Ben Solo Kylo Ren thing. Now, there's Ren in the actual thing, and in Ren, the original master of the Knights of Ren. And there was a comic, a Darth Vader comic, where he was stealing something from Mustafar with the Knights of Ren, and Vader was like slashing through them, and then Ren whips out his red lightsaber, and Vader's like, you shouldn't have that weapon. And he's like, I earned this weapon. I took it from the man who I took my name from. And he's like, what name is that? And he's like, Ren. He's like, you were the Knights of Ren? Anyways, it doesn't matter. The point is when Ben Solo was fighting freaking Ren, he had 2 blue lightsabers, his own blue lightsaber, and a Jedi that had followed them and was killed out of some other Jedi that were killed. But the point is, he was using 2 blue ones against Ren's red one. And then he beat Ren and stabbed Ren and killed him with his own red lightsaber that's totally stable, like it was bled properly. So, and like I said, it was passed down, so who knows who made it? Who knows how old it is? And with the Stranger and Chimere maybe being the first Knight of Ren, it could have been Osha's lightsaber. But it did have a function where it had a dead man switch attached to a mini thermal detonator. So he could flick this thing on, and if he dropped it, boom! So anyways, after Kylo Ren, Ben Solo is on the ship, the Night Buzzard, with the Knights of Ren. And the reason he's called Kylo Ren is because he went to meet Snoke, and Snoke's like, Ben Solo is not your name anymore. You know what your name is. Deep inside you, there's a name that blah, 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 blah. And I guess he always thought of himself as Kylo, a cross between Skywalker and Solo. So he added that to the name Ren, and so that's where Kylo Ren comes from. But basically, and Kylo Ren killed the Zillo Beast. If you guys fucking think Kylo Ren is not powerful or something like that, no, that was just against Rey, because he wasn't using his rage. But when he used his rage, he did something that not even Anakin, Mace Windu, Yoda, and Aayla Secura could do, which was kill a Zillo Beast. Nobody. And that exact Zillo Beast had made Darth Vader retreat with his Imperial forces. When the First Order, they killed it and were seen as gods by the same people who wore stormtrooper helmets around their necks like garlands of skulls, and they were so gigantic. And they asked Kylo Ren to sit in a chair, and it was so he would have looked so small in it that he's like, you think I'm going to let you make me look like a child? He stabs the king through the head and then cuts the legs out from his guards, and he's like, how tall are you now? So anyways, he's a badass, bro. He even flew in one freaking comic, man. He flew. He stopped himself and then raised to the bottom of the cliff. He was thrown off onto some spiky rocks. He stopped himself from hitting them, and then raised back onto the cliff that Snoke pushed him off. So anyways, what he does is he takes his own lightsaber. He takes the blue crystal out, and he just tries to bleed it in his hand. And when he opens his hand, it's cracked in two, and he's got like a blood burn on his hand. So he puts the 2 pieces back together, puts them in the emitter, and the blade just shoots out like a plasma rifle. Like that rifle Jocasta put her freaking lightsaber in, and bang, blew the freaking gigantic blade at Vader. So anyways, then he takes his own hilt and he makes crossguard emitters. Now you can have a crossguard lightsaber and it not be unstable. They don't have to act it as exhaust. Like Cal Kestis, his is just a crossguard lightsaber. That's it. It's not unstable. It's a perfectly stable crossguard lightsaber. Darth Atreus, he had 2 crossguard lightsabers. He's a canon Sith. Anyways, so what you and then Rey, so he had an unstable, he made the crossguard emitters so he could have an unstable crimson bladed crossguard lightsaber. And then Rey, when there's the dark side vision, when she has the unstable crimson double bladed hinged lightsaber, or double bladed hinged saber staff, whatever you want to call it, it can go parallel, which is stupid because you can't block with the side. You can only strike with one blade at a time. So what's the point of having 2? Anyways, but then in its saber staff form, it's pretty cool. So anyways, it has unstable blades as well. So the backstory to that is that she bled both Luke and Leia's blue crystals. Again, not her crystals, didn't kill the Jedi. Just like Ben didn't kill the Jedi, he didn't kill himself. And so Rey didn't kill the Jedi she got those crystals from. She didn't do it in a dark side nexus. So there you go. Or maybe she did. Maybe she did on the dark place in Octu, where the reflection was, where I think Kylo Ren had the vision. I don't even remember. But the point is that Osha in the Acolyte was on a planet that was a dark side nexus. She just killed the Jedi with the dark side, took his lightsaber, pointed it at Kymir, and then it turned red. That's all 3. She was on a dark side net. She killed a Jedi. She took his lightsaber / crystal, bled it on a dark side nexus, because she was pouring all her hate into that lightsaber, whether she knew it or not. So anyways, that's why that happened, and Anakin's didn't bleed, because that was his crystal. He didn't take it from anybody. So please, just stop saying that. This is the right thing. Don't question me. You know it's right. You know I'm right. That's how it's done. Go Google up what Dave Filoni says, and don't leave nothing on my comments except for good shit.